In this session, I'm gonna tell you more about what are the procedure for alteration of Memorandum of Association. Now, when you go for the board meeting, at the board meeting, the board resolution shall be passed in respect of alteration of Memorandum of Association. What is that? Hold general meeting. You are supposed to go for a general meeting. In that general meeting, what happens is you need to check the quorum. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Vidhyaashram from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram First Rate College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to the fourth chapter and the first session. The chapter is all about the procedure. Now, what exactly the procedure is? Now, we need to know in company law and secretarial practice, that is the procedures for alteration, the procedure for alteration of Memorandum of Association and Article of Association as well. In this session, I'm gonna tell you more about what are the procedure for alteration of Memorandum of Association. A quick recall what exactly a Memorandum of Association is. Now, Memorandum of Association is a very important document, and in that document you have something called the objectives will be placed, and you have clauses, and we have 6 clauses in Memorandum of Association. So I have told you about Memorandum of Association in the first chapter. In the second session, please go back to the session and you can subscribe to Vidhyaashram channel, and you can take the advantage of going for all these subjects. You can learn it for free. Vidhyaashram is the only college which does this for free to all the students, and our motto is only this, that is, we want you to learn. So this is how Vidhyaashram goes with. Now, Memorandum of Association, I told you that you are supposed to know what is Memorandum of Association, what is Article of Association. Now, supposingly, we have drafted a Memorandum of Association and Article of Association, and we are continuing with our company. Sometimes later, we felt that now we need to change, or we need to have an alteration done in the memorandum. How will you do it? So this session gonna help you that these are the steps which you are supposed to follow whenever you go for any alteration of Memorandum of Association. So for alteration of any of the clauses of Memorandum of Association, except the capital clause, consent of members. Consent means now the members need to agree by way of special resolution. So there is something called resolution is required. Except your capital clause, for all other clauses, you can have directly saying that the consent of the member should be there, then you can go for it. But for capital clause, there are few certain things which you are supposed to go. However, in case of alteration of authorized share capital, consent of members by way of ordinary resolution. Now, only for the capital clause, you are supposed to go with the special resolution. Here, for any of the alternative of, say, example, your share capital, then ordinary resolution can actually go. Stated in section 61 is required. So, you are supposed to follow the rules and regulations. The law is something which you are supposed to go with. So, alteration of MOA, there are 5 steps which I'll be explaining you in very briefly. I'll be explaining it to you people so that you can understand it better. Now, step 1 is you need to first convey the board meeting of directors. Now, the directors meeting should be there, and that will be there in the section 173 and subsection 1. That is where you are supposed to go for. You need to go for a meeting with the directors. Second is held a board meeting. Now, you need to have a board meeting, and then you are supposed to talk to the directors. Then the directors will give their consent. Now, if it is favorable or unfavorable, you will get to know only in the meeting. The same thing, that is 173, section 173, subsection 1. That is what the same thing is. The third one is you need to issue notice of general meeting. Now, the section is 101. Please do remember the sections. If you don't know how to remember the sections, I'll help you out. You can actually call us. Vidhyaashram phones are always there with you. The descriptions about Vidhyaashram, how to contact is also given in the link. You can actually just go. We will tell you how to remember it. Within 2 to 3 days, you will remember each and every section of company law and secretarial practice. The fourth step is, now after issuing the notice, you are supposed to hold a general meeting, that is the section 101. The same section will be followed. The same section will be followed. And the last one is, now you need to actually go for filling a form. And where will you do that? That is with ROC, Registrar of Company, and that is a section 117. That is 117 is a section where you are supposed to go to the ROC, and then you are supposed to file. There are few documents which the ROC will tell you to do it, and you are supposed to go there and verify the documents and give it to the Registrar of Companies. So these are the procedure which you are supposed to follow when you go for any of the alteration of Memorandum of Association. So the first step here is, you need to go with convey board meeting, that is section 173 subsection 1. Now here I'll be explaining you what are the procedure, how you are supposed to do it. Now when you issue the notice of board meeting to all the directors of company at least 7 days before the date of board meeting. Say example, now 28th you are supposed to actually go for a board meeting, 28th. Now before that, that is say you will go with 27, 26 like that. If you go for it, at least the 20th you are supposed to go for this. That is least is how much? 20th or 21st. Then 7 days is at 28th. Now it will happen. So this is what you are supposed to go with. And you need to go with 3 things. That first one is attach the agenda, notice to agenda, and draft a resolution. Now what type of a resolution you will go? You will get it done here itself, whether it is a special resolution or is it a ordinary resolution. Ordinary resolution, you will get it, right? So this is the first step where you will actually go for a notice, and that is the notice should have 3 content. That is, one is the attach agenda with it, what exactly it is, and then the notes to agenda, what all the procedure and everything is there, and you are supposed to draft a resolution and give it to the directors. That is all the directors. You are not supposed to leave even one. You are supposed to give it to all the directors within at least 7 days before the date of board meeting. So that is the first procedure which you are supposed to do. Now who will help you? The company secretary will help you to follow all these things. The second one, when we go is the second step, that is, now you need to have the board meeting. Now when you go for the board meeting, at the board meeting, the board resolution shall be passed in respect of alteration of Memorandum of Association. Now alteration will happen. To obtain approval for alteration, the Memorandum of Association and recommending the proposal of members considering by way of special resolution. Now if you have a special resolution or an ordinary resolution, you will get to know. Fixing the date. Now again here you are supposed to go with, you need to have a date, time, venue, where exactly, and you are supposed to have a general meeting. What is the procedure? The second procedure is what? You need to have, the first procedure is done, that is board meeting is done. Now you are supposed to go for general meeting and authorizing a director or any other person to send notice for the same to the members. Now after the directors meeting is done, the next meeting is what? That is the members. So you are supposed to authorize a general body meeting or general meeting you are supposed to go with. That is the step number 2 is done. Now we will go with the step number 3. Now in step number 3, we will actually issue notice of general meeting. Now all the members who are there, now you are supposed to give them the notice, and that is section 101. Now notice of EGM. Now it is not general meeting here right now. It is called extraordinary general meeting. What is it? EGM, in the sense extraordinary general meeting shall be given at least 21 days before. That is, now for directors you will give at least 7 days prior. Now here for the other public, that is the members, you are supposed to give it to them like at least 21 days prior to it, before the actual date of EGM. See, that's why the procedures are very complicated. You are supposed to stick on to that. Now EGM will be called for the shorter notice. That is what you are supposed to go with it. Now when you go for that, there should be consent of at least majority number and 95%. How much? 95% of such part of the paid up share capital of the company given a right to vote at such a meeting. So how many percent? Say 95%. 95%. So 95% they'll be getting, that is a voting right. Now here what happens is, who all are there? That is, all the directors are here. Now you have the members and you have auditors of the company. Auditors of the company. Again, they are very important. Now the next one here is after EGM. Again, a notice shall specify the place, date, day and time of meeting and contain a statement on the business to be transacted at the EGM. Now, what exactly has happened? Again, you are supposed to go for a minute book, you are supposed to go for a recording, and then the fourth step will actually start. Now, in the fourth step, what happens is, now you need to hold. What is that? Hold general meeting. You are supposed to go for a general meeting. In that general meeting, what happens is, you need to check the quorum. What really has happened? Check whether auditor is present, because you should go with all the directors. The second one is you will go with members, and the third one is the auditors. Now if the auditor is not there, has he already given you a absentee report saying that I'll not be in that thing, and you have you granted them? So check whether auditor is present. If not, then leave of absence is granted or not. You are supposed to check as per section 146. I'm telling you here, students, if you don't know to write the sections, please don't write it, but don't write some other section and write the other things which you're not supposed to do. And after that, now we'll go with passing the special resolution. Now the special resolution is passed, and section 114 of subsection 2, that is a special resolution which has been passed, and then you will go for the approval of alteration in Memorandum of Association. Now here, first thing, the director said yes, we should actually go for it. Then you went for a consultation of the members. The members also gave their consent. Now you are supposed to have 95% of people who have gone with the share capital. Now the voting will also happen done. Now the third one is, you will actually check whether the auditors are there or not. Now auditors are also there. Now you will go for the special resolution, that is the section 114 subsection 2, and then you will go for approval of alternative, that is, here you will actually go for the next one. And the step 5, which decide whether you will get it or not, it is all depend on the ROC, right? But here what it is, ROC is always there to accept which is legal, right? That is how they deal with. Now, filling a form with ROC. The first one here we need to understand is file. That is, you should go with the form MGT 14. Now, what is this form MGT 14 is? It's a compulsory kind of a document which is to be filled while going for any alternation. If any resolution is there, special resolution, you are supposed to go with the form MGT 14. It's all about electronical form which is given by the Ministry of Corporate, and it is mandatory for us to fill that. Now what all other will be there, I'll be giving you in the next session. That is how you are supposed to fill the MGT form. Now you are supposed to go within 30 days of passing the special resolution. For any special resolution, you are supposed to file the form MGT 14. In 2013 Companies Act, this form has been introduced along with given documents. Now what are the documents you have? That is, the first one is certified true copy. Certified true copies of the special resolution along with explanatory statement. That is, they'll explain for each and everything why is that they are going with it. So that is the first one here, A. The B is copy of the notice of meeting sent to members along with all the annexure. So that is the B. Now they should save that when they send it to the members, when the members have what exactly they have done, everything you should have a documentation. And third one is a printed copy of altered memorandum of association. That is a new one which you have actually filed or you have drafted. That is what you are supposed to give it to the ROC. Now what happens is the ROC will check each and everything, again scrutinize the same thing because you are going for an alteration of memorandum of association. They'll have two copies. One is the before the alteration how it was, that is the original one, and after the alteration how it is, that is called the printed copy. Now the ROC will check, and if he needs any other kind of a documentation, he's gonna ask for the company secretary or the directors, and they are supposed to produce it. And then if he is convinced 100%, now he goes for his seal and signature, and that is how the memorandum of association can be altered. Now I have given you all the steps from the step 1 to the step 5. If you have any doubt regarding this, please do call us. We are always there to help you. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you.